Hey guys, it's Anne popping on. I'm in my apron. It's Monday night. I'm in the kitchen. So whether you're following along on one of my virtual parties this week or you're just one of my followers, I am super curious if you guys meal planned for the week and if you know what you're cooking. I have today and tomorrow figured out. Tonight we're doing shrimp and steak fajitas. Tomorrow night we're just going to make it super easy and do brats on the grill with watermelon. And I'm actually doing a live cooking party tomorrow night. So that's going to be really fun. For those of you curious about that, yes, I'm back out and about doing live cooking classes, which is always a great time. So, but tonight, a couple things going on. One, you can see my stand mixer over there. So the timer's going to probably go off and I got to get the last stone full of cookies out of the oven. So that'll probably happen while we're going. I just thought M&M cookies sounded really good today. And thank goodness for Great Neighbors because I had to run across the yard to get some vanilla because I was completely out, which is crazy. But on my stovetop, I have the two cast iron skillets. I'm going to use the bigger one and get the steak and the vegetables going. So if you're a fajita eater, I want to tell you, if you like to make them at home, this Kraft brand original fajita seasoning, I think is really pretty good. So a couple hours ago, I took the steak out that I'm going to sear on both sides and not cut until we serve it. So I'm just going to add the steak to the cast iron skillet and watch my timer. I have the shrimp here that's also been sitting in the marinade, and we'll cook that in just a little bit because that only takes a minute or two. So most traditional fajitas seem to come with peppers and onions. Some places they'll add mushrooms and tomatoes, but I'm just going to do peppers and onions, and I just wanted to remind you how easy it is if you use the prep mandolin. Remember the dials on the back here, if you can kind of see it, I'll move it closer. The dials let you change the thickness of the slice, or it lets you do matchsticks. And I just have some onions I want to continue to slice in here. So just popping them into the bucket is much quicker than I could do that with a knife. And then some green peppers, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to add the green peppers into the well here. And then this is the push, so you're never sticking your fingers down in here. So if you like to slice a lot of things like cucumbers and carrots, and wow, some of those I sliced the wrong direction. Let's just pop them back in there. Potatoes, anything like that that you like to do in different sizes, go ahead and pop those in here. Now, while the steak is searing in the cast iron skillet, I love that because it gives it a great sear. So I'm searing it for 2 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it and sear for 2 minutes. And when I flip it, I'm going to add the vegetables so that they start to go. So we're about a minute away from that. And you guys probably can't see this. I see I'm off on the screen, so let me just show you. Here's the smaller size of the cast iron skillet. And I also have this one getting hot on the stove because I like to take flour shells. So if you use tortillas to do your fajitas with, I get the skillet good and hot and I drop it in and I sear it on both sides. It just seems to add so much to the flavor. And so let me know if you guys do that too, and if so, how do you do it? So my 2 minutes is up as I watch the timer, so I'm just going to turn over this piece of steak. And then I'm going to bring out the well and dump in the vegetables and get those going. And once you get them all dumped in here, just leave them alone. Don't play with them because you want to get that little bit of char, right? Like you get when you go out to eat for a fajita recipe. So I think that's super important. And then I'm using the small chef's tongs, which are the ones that lock. As you turn them and unlock or up and lock, they come in a couple different sizes. And if you're shopping with me this month, obviously no obligation to, but if you are, there is a couple really nice guest specials. So if you shop and you spend $90, then you get to pick one of the free products this month, which is either the salad claws or the crinkle cutter. Or if your order is over $150, then you get free shipping plus the free gift. So I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that. I'm just going to peek in here at my cookies. I'm going to give them one more minute, and then I will pull them out to show them to all of you as well. And remember when I mentioned that the stand mixer is sitting over here, you guys remember there's preset modes on that. So like when you're starting with cookies, mine you cream the shortening and the sugars and the egg, and you just turn it to the cream dial and put the ingredients in and you can walk away. So really, really cool if you're doing things like kneading bread. You literally can just set it to knead and walk away. It does its magic and then it stops and beeps when the time's up and it's done perfectly. So that's really kind of a fun thing too. So as we go through and wait to pop the cookies out, when you're doing something like this, the steak and the shrimp and the fajitas, the other trick you can do is if you're worried about things cooling down, you can use one of the insulated on-the-go bowls to keep it hot. Or some people like me in the winter have been known to, when I'm done making these cookies, I shut the oven off, but then I slide my bowls or my plates or whatever I'm going to serve on in the oven so that they're warm, so that you're putting your warm food on warm plates or in warm bowls so that it doesn't cool down so fast, okay? And I'm just popping out. I love using a pizza stone to make perfect cookies because they always turn out exactly the way they're supposed to. So we're gonna have M&M cookies here. If you were close enough, you could stop over and get some fresh ones. But as I'm starting to think about what I'm gonna do for live demos as we get into warmer weather, let me know what you're curious about. Like, I'd love to have you put some things in the comments about things that you would really like me to cook, that you would like to see how I do it, maybe a shortcut version. Because remember, I'm not the perfect chef. I'm just a pampered chef. I love giving you some fast supper ideas. And tomorrow, if there's leftovers from the fajita tonight, tomorrow there will be fajita quesadillas for lunch, okay? So stir the vegetables now just for a little bit so it gets a little bit of char on the other pieces. And I'm just gonna pick up this pepper so you can see, hopefully you guys can see the little char marks. That's what you want to happen. So you don't wanna stand over and hover and stir it too much, okay? Enjoy your evening. In about 2 more minutes total, I'll stir the shrimp in and add a shell to the other pan and we'll have fajitas. See you soon.